Here today to tell you about Sunshine Metals. So Sunshine's a Queensland-based, Queensland-focused explorer, wannabe producer. Where I'm here today to tell you about our Liontown project, which we're bringing into production in the near term, and an exciting new exploration project that's been brought into the portfolio. Standard disclaimer. All right, quick corporate overview. So share price currently at about 1.1 cents, trading 23 mil market cap. It says $1 million in bank. There was a $3 million raising completed around end of quarter. That money hit bank, so that got topped up. We are very active in ground, and that reflects in a strong news flow presence. Now, today we've got Joe Bergerman, one of our non-exec directors, and Paul Chapman up at the conference, and Matt Price, our exploration manager as well. Our booth is literally outside the door, so there's no excuse for you guys not to come through and say good day afterwards. So it's a pretty simple investment proposition for Sunshine at the moment, and we've been active. We listed in December 2020, and in that time we've really consolidated a real district presence in and around the Charters Towers area, and it's our flagship area. We are looking to commercialise as of an announcement this morning. We've announced that 95,000 ounces at 4.2 grams will go into a mining study, which has already commenced on Liontown. Liontown being a broader VMS system, a polymetallic system. It does have a gold-only and gold-dominant core, that is that 95,000 at 4.2. We're in a district with 3 active gold mills, active gold mines around us. Fantastic place to do business. Even better is we've got an epithermal system that popped up on our radar. We've had it in the stable now for about 6 weeks, so brand new. It's up at Sybil, and we've got some fantastic historic explorations being done. That gives us a great head start. There's been no activity there for about 20 years, limited activity, and rock chip grades to 907 grams a tonne gold at surface make it a pretty appealing project. So Liontown, we have announced previously that we're looking to commercialise shallow oxide gold, and the shallow oxide resource with a 0.75 gram cutoff sits at about a 2 gram resource at 16,500 ounces. It's a great head start. This mineralisation comes to surface. We've just finished an infill drilling program, and that infill drilling will bring it up to indicated status. So we've got some metallurgical test work being completed at the moment. It's the final step in that upgrade. But the infill drilling in its own right intersected some spectacular mineralisation, 10 at 31.9 grams gold, 9 at 6.3 from surface, 11 at 3 from surface. The 11 at 3 hole actually terminated on one of these old historic workings. Now these are 2 metres down hole, about 1 metre true thickness, and won't provide any impost to open pit mining. And off the back of that, there was 3 at 22.8 grams. So the old timers, as good as they were at maximising their reach, missed a fair bit of mineralisation in and around this system, and we see huge potential in the open pit area. Further to that though, there's a big red blob that sits off to the right of screen for you guys. It's the gold panel. It's the area that we had success, including 17 metres at 22 grams gold and 20 metres at 18.2 grams gold. This is a gold-only part of the VMS system. So this big polymetallic system, we're looking at, in this, rolling into the gold study is about 12% of the total tonnes at Liontown, but it equates to about 35% of the contained gold in the system. It's a huge system, nice high grade. Those grades sitting in that gold panel, so that we've got 38,000 ounces of indicated resource at 8.1 grams a tonne gold, sitting there ready to go. There's a further 18.7 thousand ounces at 7.3 that'll get rolled into that mining study as well. Really excited about where it's going. Permitting moving in conjunction with the mining studies, and we hope to be breaking ground here early in the new, about mid next year. Now, Sybil is a new project to the stable, and it's worthy of significant mention. So we picked this project up. It came across our desk. We picked it up. It was 125,000 cash and some back-ended scrip on production and resource milestones. It fits beautifully within our Ravenswood district and our strategy of targeting these shallow oxide gold systems, or shallow gold systems. Importantly, it shares a lot of similarities with the Pajingo gold mine. So Pajingo, just south of Liontown. It's a low sulfidation epithermal system. Pajingo now stands at about 4.5 million ounces produced. Huge system, high-grade epithermal system. We've got same age rocks, the same stratigraphic sequence, and importantly, the same tenor of mineralisation identified already. Now, Sybil was actually explored by and discovered and worked through by Battle Mountain. So Battle Mountain were the group that did the initial work on Pajingo, and there's a nice graph that shows the resource dropping off at Pajingo, even though they had a producing mill sitting there, and all of a sudden the expenditure takes off, and that's at the same time that Sybil was kind of forgotten about and left behind. So we've got an asset here with booming grades, underexplored since the mid-90s, and we're the group to go and get it done. Now, importantly, it's no point having a good project unless it's got great rocks, and these are, as a geo, I'll unashamedly say these are some pretty sexy rocks. Epithermal systems, so these are formed in modern-day hot spring environments. We're talking about New Zealand, Yellowstone, those type of environments. We're looking at a sweet spot that would sit about 300 to 400 metres beneath the surface. So we've got an outcropping vein system. It's beautifully preserved, and you can see we've chipped these rocks off. We've recently, as of Monday, we got our first assays back on the first dozen rock chip samples taken. We've got 17.85 grams, 13.9s. Some of those are sitting on the desk out there. Beautiful rocks sitting there with lots of gold. Importantly, there was a trial mine dug, so this little cutout into the side of the hill. They had authority to take 1,000 tonne of ore. They took 961 and it reconciled 7.6 grams through the Ravenswood mill. So that's a reconciled number. A bit more of that would go just fine in our resource base. There are drill intersections there. You can see the depth, 7 metres, 6 metres. These are very shallow hits, 7 at 10, 3 at 23, 6 at 10.5. We think this thing's got huge potential, and as I said, the rock chip, historic rock chip of 907 grams is eye-watering, and we'd love to find some of that. Importantly, it's not confined to just this outcrop or just this couple of 100 metres of strike length. What we're looking at here on the bottom picture is Pajingo as it stands today. That 4 million ounces of position over a 7 kilometre strike. And what we're looking at is our geology modelling for the Sybil graben, this same geological setting. We can see Francis Creek. They've barely scratched the surface here. We have got some historic diamond core drilled at Quartz Ridge. Now, Quartz Ridge, that diamond drilling is shallow with respect to that boiling zone. So we've got this prospective boiling zone we think is our best chance at targeting high-grade mineralisation. The drilling hasn't reached that boiling zone, and yet there's still 68 metres at 0.38 grams gold, 22 at half a gram. So we've definitely got smoke in this system. It gives us encouragement that we are looking at a system that isn't going to be confined to Francis Creek, that we're going to have big legs on this. And furthermore, between Francis Creek and Quartz Ridge, we've got Francis Creek East, again with 28 gram rock chips taken at surface and no follow-up drilling. Hugely prospective, brand new into the portfolio. We'll be drilling this in August. So why Sunshine? Well, it's a pretty simple investment proposition at the moment. We're looking to commercialise at 95,000 ounces at 4.2 grams rolling into the mining study. That number includes that 8 gram dirt. You can almost lock that away, that makes that a whole lot of that 8 gram dirt will make it into the final product. Further to that, we've got this exciting shallow gold potential with the Sybil system, and it all is underpinned by a larger VMS resource, polymetallic resource. It still has that in situ intrinsic value, and whatever gold development we do will assist us. That'll be baseline access for us to get stuck into that polymetallic resource. Thanks for listening. Come and see us just outside the door.